Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Assalatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem. Amma ba'd, fa'uz billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hope you all are doing good. Today, inshallah, we are beginning our study into Sarf. And Sarf is a separate kind of studies. So far, what we have been learning in last 27 lessons, it was grammar rules. We were studying grammar rules. We studied different types of words. We studied fragments, and then we studied jumla ismiya, sentence structure. So these all topics were grammar rules. So grammar rules are all these grammar rules come under Nahw. And we know that in order to learn the Quranic Arabic, understand Quranic Arabic, we need to know two basic studies, Sarf and Nahw. Nahw is the study of grammar rules that we have been doing, and inshallah we would continue doing Nahw lesson also in future. But for the moment, because we are doing Mazid Fihi family, so at present we are switching to another study which is called Sarf. So Sarf is the study of different forms of a single word and how the meaning changes with each form or pattern of the word. So in the Sarf is a study that deals with in Arabic, the words are same root letter form fi'l madi, past tense, and with the same root letter we have present tense, and then we have other types of words too. So with different patterns, we make different types of words, form of words, and each form has its own meaning. But the core concept remains the same. So to understand this core concept of doing something, and then that action, a different aspect of that action. Let's take the example of a word, to drive, like to derive. Okay, so here are some sentences I already wrote here in the box, and this is Salman is driving a car. He drives slowly. He drove a four-wheeler yesterday. To drive a four-wheeler needs practice. A car was driven by him. The driveway was slippery. So here you can see different, the main concept is to drive. Okay. The main action is driving, to drive. But here, can you help me through what different aspects of action are there? Like Salman is driving a car. So with the help with helping verb is and addition of ing, it's a present continuous, right? So this form is an ing confers present continuous tense. Then we have he drives slowly. So this is drives. This is present, again present, but indefinite. And we because we have different tenses in English, that's why the forms are like this. But what I'm trying to convey is that in each language there are different forms of same word. Like core concept is driving, but here is driving is present continuous, drives is present indefinite. Then he drove a four-wheeler yesterday. So drove is past tense, right? And to drive a four-wheeler needs practice. So to drive is what? To drive is idea, right? So from Arabic point of view, we cannot say that this is fail. This is idea. And from Arabic point of view, we can say that this is masdar, idea of driving, to drive. Okay. And then a car was driven by him. So this is was driven, past passive. Past passive. And then the driveway was slippery. So driveway is what? It's a place to park the car. So it's a place word, right? So that's how the core concept is driving, but different forms are there to show different meaning. In terms of time, the action is happening, in terms of whether it's an idea of the idea or the name of the action, or in terms of where the action was happening, like and when the action was happening. So there are different types of different forms of the same words. Let me clear this writing first, and then we scroll this page down. So so far what we learned, that a same core word, core action, can have different forms. The same way we take example of the word alima. Alima means to learn or to know, right? To know. So allama, we have different, these are different forms of the same word, alima. Alima, if alima is, let me tell you, alima ya'lamu is sulasi mujarrad, family one. Sulasi, oh, it's two. Let me take this thing. This is sulasi mujarrad. And what's our family? Alima ya'lamu, Samia. Samia family. Alima ya'lamu. But allama is coming from the same root letter, but allama is past tense, he taught, and it is from second family. This is from second family. Family 2. And past tense. Past. Ta'limun. Ta'limun is idea, education. So again, ta'limun is because I know I've gone through these families, so I can tell you that this is idea, masdar. This is masdar, and from family 2. Muallimun. Muallimun is the one who teaches, teacher. So this is again, the core meaning is teaching or knowing or making someone know, giving knowledge to someone, right? So core concept is same, but now the word is telling us that someone who teaches. So this is a doer form. Doer form, right? Someone who teaches is doer form. And muallimun is also from family 2. I'm gonna write FM for family to make it easy, okay? So doer form, this is doer form. Alimun. Alimun is, again, it seems like a scholar who knows, but alimun is not from family 2. Alimun is from family 1, someone who knows. Okay, someone who knows. This is again doer form. doer form, but from family 1. Sulasi Mujarrad. Ta'allama. Ta'allama is past tense, he learned. Okay. Ta'allama, past tense, he learned. And this is from, this is past tense form. And this is from family 5. Ta'allama family. Okay. Tafa'ala family. And ilmun again, idea, knowledge. So this is Sulasi Mujarrid family 1, and this is Masdar. Masdar and family 1. Ma'lumatun, fact. Again, idea, ism. So this is also Masdar. Masdar, idea, and this is again Masdar, family 1. Okay. Now alamu. Alamu is again another type of word, and it is ism tafdeel. In we haven't gone through this topic. This is comparative and superlative adjectives. So ism tafdeel, this pattern, a'lamu, af'alu pattern is ism tafdeel. So this is how different forms are there. The root letter is the same, ain, lam, and mim. But the same root letter, if it's allama, then it's a past tense, he taught, and it belongs to family 2. Bab tafil. Ta'limun is masdar. Mu'allimun is doer form, teacher, someone who teaches. Alimun, someone who knows. Again, doer form, someone who knows. So family 1, ta'allama is, so that's how different forms are there, just to introduce you to different forms of a single word. Let me clear all these, and we move on to another example. Okay. So another example of, let's take Kataba. Kataba means he wrote. And just to revise how we name different letters, the first letter in the in the jazr or 3-letter root word, the first letter, first alphabet is fa kalma. Okay. First letter is fa kalma, second letter is ain kalma, and third letter is ba. Third letter is lam kalma. Fa, a, la. Fa kalma, first letter, ain kalma, second letter, and third kalma, lam. Lam kalma is third letter. Okay. So let's see, same root letter, ka, ta, ba. Kataba, this fa'ala form is he wrote, means he wrote. We know that huwa in Madi, in Fele Madi, past tense, huwa is hidden in this pattern, fa'ala pattern. So he wrote, this is past tense. Yaktubu, he writes, or he will write, or he will be writing. So in Arabic, it's like this, that if an action is going on or will be going on, or it's indefinite, so all these come under Fe'l Mudari, present and future. Yaktubu, we know, yaf'ulu or yaf'alu or yaf'ilu all three pattern, they have huwa as a file, as a doer inside. So it means he writes. So this is present form. Now the same kaf, ta, and ba, kitabatan. Kitabatan is to write or writing. So this is idea. So this is masdar. Okay. Katibun, a writer, someone who writes. So this is a doer form. And in Arabic, it's called ism fa'il. Fa'il, doer. So ism fa'il, this is the pattern katibun is following is ism fa'il. Okay, Sahba, you raised your hand. Do you have a question? Let me take a break. Okay, someone noticed that the sound, the audio wasn't clear. So I'm just repeating a few steps back. I'm going few steps back. So over here, what we were doing, we the same way we did, we learned learned different forms of alima, ain, lam, and mim. Now what we are doing, we are taking another root of another word, which is kataba. It means he wrote. So we are observing how this word changes with each form. So in past tense, it's kataba, and we know fa'ala pattern, kataba has huwa hidden as a doer. Okay, so he wrote. Yaktubu, he writes, present tense. Okay, and kitabatan means to write, writing. So this is idea, masdar. And katibun means writer, fa'ilun. This is on the pattern of fa'ilun. So katibun means writer, and this is a doer form. Katibun, someone who writes. So this is a doer form, and in Arabic, the doer form is known as ism fa'il. Idea is masdar, past tense is fe'l madi, present tense fe'l mudare, and katib fa'ilun, doer form is ism fa'il. Ism fa'il. And then another pattern that we are saying, kutiba. Kutiba is on the pattern of fu'ila. Fu'ila, and kutiba means it was written. Now it is a passive form, past passive. This pattern, kutiba, is past passive. Madi lil majhul. And yuktabu, it is written, present passive. Fe'l mudare lil majhul. And maktubun is something written. Maktubun means something written. So this is something written is obviously the thing that is written. So it's a done to form. The action is done on this thing, right? So done to form is, this is in Arabic, it's called ism maf'ul. Ism maf'ul. So this is done to form. Then another form that could be there, uktub. Uktub means write. It's a commanding fi'l. So uktub, another pattern, and it's a commanding fi'l. So this is fi'l amr, fi'l amr. And then la taktub, don't write, forbidding. And alhamdulillah, we are already in previous lessons, like I think lesson number 25, we did commanding and forbidding fi'l. So we know that uktub is commanding pattern, and la taktub is nahi or fail nahi or forbidding pattern. Then we have maktabun, maf'alun, maf'ilun, maf'alatun. So these patterns, they are for place or time of action. Time or place of action comes on this pattern. Maktabun, maf'alun, maf'ilatun, maf'ilun. So and maktabun means, because it's coming with kataba, kaf, ta, and ba root letters. So maktabun means place of writing or time of writing. So maktabun means either a desk or office or library. So that's how different, like over here, the root letter is the same, but different patterns conveying different meaning. Like sometimes fail, conveying the meaning of fail, sometimes the idea to write, or sometimes a person with a quality, or a person doing something. So these are different forms or pattern. Kataba, yaktubu, kitabatan, katibun, kutiba, yuktabu, maktubun, uktub, la taktub, maktabun. So these are different patterns. Let's see what these patterns, how important these patterns are. So these patterns are like containers. Like if I give you example, like I think you all have baked something, like baked cakes or cookies. So when you make a cake, or bake cookies, you have some molds. So molds are fixed. Molds are fixed container with fixed shape, and you make the batter and you pour the batter in the mold, in those molds. So the batter takes the form of those molds. So these pattern like fa'ala, yaf'ulu, fa'ilun, maf'ulun. So these are all patterns, molds, in which with each root letter, each new word, you have 3 root letters, and you will pour those 3 root letters into the mold. Okay. So these are fixed patterns, and in Arabic, these are called wazan. Singular is wazan and plural is wazan. So these patterns are called wazan, and for these 10 forms. So these are 10 patterns for these 10 forms of words. Okay. And there are specific sets of patterns for each of the Sulasi family, both Mujarrad and Mazid Fihi. In the previous lesson, you learned that the Mujarrad, Sulasi Mujarrad is family 1, and from 2nd to 10 are Mazid Fihi families. So for each family, these set of patterns is different. 10 forms is a set. So for Sulasi Mujarrad, there is separate 10 patterns for these kind of words. For family 2nd, Bab Taf'il, there would be different patterns. Okay. So so far so good. Okay. So these 10 forms or patterns provide the basic molds for the root letters of each word to take different shapes. Okay. And those 3 root letters are the constituent or ingredient that is poured into different molds. And that's how they take different forms. Each pattern reflects a different aspect of the same action. So each pattern, like fa'ala, give the fa'ala gives the aspect of past tense. Yaf'ulu gives the aspect of present tense. Katibun gives the katibun on the pattern on the wazan of fa'ilun gives the meaning of ism fa'il, someone who does something. So each pattern reflects a different aspect of the same action. For example, the doer form ism fa'il of a word is different from the done to ism maf'ul or the past tense. Okay. And obviously, these patterns are modes or containers and the root letters for each word. Root letter for each word is the constituent or ingredient that we are using to make different forms. And here are the forms pattern Wazan chart for the Sulasi Mujarrid Bab Nasara. In Bab Nasara, we have fa'ala yaf'ulu. Okay. Fa'ala past tense, yaf'ulu present tense. Then over here, kitabatan is on the pattern of fi'alatan. But let me tell you, for any word in Sulasi Mujarrid, the masdar can take different forms. So for Sulasi Mujarrid masdar, we have to check every time with dictionary what masdar is. What is the masdar for that family, for that word, for Sulasi Mujarrid, for that word. So kitabatan is the masdar for kataba. But fa'ilun is fixed. Fa'ilun, the doer form is fixed. Then past passive is also fixed. This pattern for past passive, fe'l madi lil majhul, it is also fixed. Those that are shaded are fixed, but for Sulasi Mujarrid, the masdar is variable. For only Sulasi Mujarrid, the masdar is variable, and we need to look every time. We need to look in the dictionary. But for other forms for other form of words, we have fixed pattern in Sulasi Mujarrid. Fa'ala yaf'ulu, fa'ala past tense, yaf'ulu present tense, fa'ilun doer form, ism fa'il, fu'ila past passive, fe'l madi lil majhul, yuf'alu present tense, fe'l mudari lil majhul, maf'ulun is done to form, ism maf'ul. Uf'ul is for Bab Nasara. Okay, because Ain Kalma has Dhamma, that's why the Hamza that we add for commanding fail has Dhamma. So Uf'ul is a pattern for Fail Amr for Bab Nasara of Sulasi Mujarrid. La Tuf'ul, forbidding. And then maf'alun, maf'ilun, or maf'alatun is place of action. So these are different forms. These were the different forms for Sulasi Mujarrid, Bab Nasara. And inshallah, in future lessons, we will be taking one family at a time, and we will be doing all these 10 patterns for the same family. Like next time, inshallah, we'll be doing most likely Bab Taf'il, which is second family 2, and Mazid Fihi family. So inshallah, we'll be doing that family. So here I'm going to stop recording for this lesson. And if you have question, you can ask me. So let me stop the recording. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.